Sec, siguro, we have always heard the president, as in his previous speeches, na is very critical of the US government, and then we have activities like this. How do we want the people to interpret this? No, the president wants to pursue a foreign policy by being, by being critical of US, but at the same time, we are accepting grants like this.
The president is very consistent when it comes to relationships, and relationships need work. So may it be a father-son, daughter-mother, relationship between spouses, diba? There's a lot of work. No? And in any country, there are there are overlapping interests, and sometimes there are points of disagreement. But the president has always said that these points of disagreement should not define the overall relationship with the country. So despite some philosophical, ideological, some historical disagreements with the US, the president values the relationship with the US. In the past donation, he thanked the United States for the donation. The exercises with our American counterparts continues. The VFA and EDCA is in action, is operational. So you have to look at it in the context, of the Philippines finding its national identity and defining its interests. So there are points that of argument, and there is the bigger relationship. So wala tayong problema sa lahat ng bansa sa bigger relationship. Pero pagdating po doon sa konting points of disagreement, yun ang konting tricky, but it's all we're working on it.
Is there a possibility, sir, that the president would reverse his stance on the presence of the special forces in Mindanao, seeing as how they're very helpful in our fight against Holder?
First of all, let's distinguish between aspirational statements from operational statements. For example, not having any foreign soldier on our land. That is an aspiration of any country, except for superpowers that do have bases or do have their troops in other countries. So that's not directed against the United States or any of our allies. It's an aspirational statement. Any president would want na pagdating ng term niya, walang foreign troops doon. Kaya President Cory, despite the fact that she was pro-bases, respected the decision of the Philippine Senate when they did not renew the treaty agreement. Now, the operational part, we have existing agreements. The President has said he is not forming new military alliances. He is not seeking military alliances with other countries because we have a strong military alliance. Now, on the operational side, it continues to be strong, but we have to align their priorities with our priority. So for example, anti-terrorism, anti-violent extremism, we are aligned. That's why we are accepting the donation, and that's why we are moving forward in the training and other assistance that they're giving. But let's say, for example, in the West Philippine Sea, South China Sea, there's overlapping interests but not the same interest. So in the areas where you have overlapping interests, nagtutulungan tayo doon. In the areas that they have a different strategy from us, we're asking them to respect our strategy, but we're respecting also their strategy. So I expect the relationship to grow, to get stronger, and then for there to be more dialogue. Minsan inisip natin yung dialogue pangkalaban lang. Diba? But that's why nga may mga mag-asawa na naglo-lose touch sa isa't isa. Kasi nung mag-boyfriend pa lang, parating holding hands, parating nasa sinihan, parating nagdi-dinner. Nung maging asawa na, see you na lang pag-gising natin, o see you na lang pag-uwi, di ba? So there has to be more interaction with our allies, including the United States, and the DFA, the DND, and other departments will be doing this.
So we can expect closer cooperation with the US when it comes to Malawi because of infrastructure.
Yes, yes. In any anti-terrorism.
Sir, Secretary Lorenzana asked the DFA earlier this week to file a protest regarding new structures that they saw on the islands controlled by China, which are in the West Philippine Sea. Can you give us an update on that?
With your permission, I'll just repeat what I said yesterday,
Yes.
because yung ibang nasa kabilang beat nagtanong. Number one, the DFA is taking all diplomatic action that has to be taken to protect our interests. Okay. Having said that, there are different types of diplomatic actions. One of them is a diplomatic protest. The protest can be written, it can be verbal, it can be given at any time. Now, there are certain cases where under the law, for example, dispute in land, that if you do not make the protest, you lose that opportunity. But when it comes to the loss of the sea, hindi totoo yun na pag wala kang sinabi after one day, 10 years, 30 years, sa kanila na yon. Hindi yun yung sitwasyon. No? Now, I made reference to the point in the past wherein the DFA made a diplomatic protest but did it quietly. But when you interviewed the secretary, sinabi ng secretary na they did it quietly, hindi na quietly yon. So of course, China had to react. Now, if China reacts and we react, remember, unlike the East China Sea, na it's Japan and China na may disagreement, sa atin, you have Malaysia, Vietnam, you also have Taiwan, which we consider a province of China under the One China policy, no? And to a certain extent, Brunei Darussalam. And as I said, the building is not only being done by one country. So we have to do it in a way that we protect our national interests, but in a way that keeps the peace and stability and dialogue. So yung COC, malapit na tayo. So what we're saying is that ang strategy ng past administration, every time may protest, they'll make noise about it. Ako, I will just keep telling you that we are doing what should be done. Meron diplomatic action, but by broadcasting it will affect our strategy.
Sir, you mentioned kanina na parang we should expect more participation in the Philippine government and the United States, to be particular dun sa Marawi.
In general, not in particular sa Marawi, that's a decision that our armed forces have to make and not the Department of Foreign Affairs.
Up to what extent, sir?
It's really up to the military. The military has the framework, they have the agreement, and they also know the law.
Pero possible ba, sir, na magkaroon din ng American troops operating on the ground?
That even in U.S. Congress, that has been a topic for the last 30 years, and they have taken note that we are sensitive about operating on our own land. So they will not do it unless we request it. And I haven't heard, and I cannot answer because I'm not part of the group that makes decision, if there was any request for foreign troops to operate on our land.
I think we had the drone operators.
The technical support is different from having Americans doing the work. You know? So again, I refer to the AFP because they will be the one to answer. I don't even know if the drones were operated from where and kusino, kung Pilipino o hindi. But they know the guidelines, they know the policy, and we in good faith, believe that they're following this. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.